welcome to my channel. It's your girl, Lovely D. Yeah, it's your girl, Lovely D, y'all. How everybody doing out there today? Today. Y'all, I want to talk to y'all about me today. About me. You know, I want y'all to know how God blessed me in many ways. In many ways. For the better. You know, um, my life wasn't always good. Excuse me, my life wasn't always good. I always didn't keep a smile on my face as I do now. You know, but things happen here and there in your life, and sometimes you don't know what to do, where to turn. Um, it's just like it's just there. It's just like it's just there. You know, but I want to tell y'all this, okay? And I don't want nobody to feel sorry for me because I don't feel sorry for myself. Right now, I am so happy. I'm in a time of my life that um, I could smile, I could look back, and I could say, thank you, Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So, let me be, let me begin. Okay. Yo, back home, everybody know I'm from New Orleans. Because if you didn't know, yes, I am. I'm from New Orleans, okay? Nah, back home in New Orleans, okay, my life was like a roller coaster. It was like a roller coaster. It was like it was going in circles. I just didn't know where to go, where to turn. You know, you can load that down, baby. Um, it's like you have people in your life who you thought was your friends, family members, associates, and all that good stuff. You know, but the truth of the matter, see when time get hard, that's when you know your people. That's when you know your people. That's when you know your people the most. You know, nobody can pretend. Not on that part. You know what I'm saying? You can pretend all kinds of ways, but you can't pretend on that part. But let me tell you, okay, yes, I was staying in my house, okay? I moved out the house, okay, because I was moving to another state, okay? So I packed up, put everything in the storage, okay? But things didn't go as planned. So I was like, what is I gonna do? Things didn't go as planned. I didn't make it out of time in my house that I was thinking about that is supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? You know when you make plans, but your plans don't go as it's supposed to go. Okay, that's how it was, okay? So I went and stood by, supposed to be a friend. Okay, I'm not gonna say nobody's name. Okay, things got a little rocky. Got out that house and moved in abandoned house. Okay, no, I ain't gonna say abandoned house because it was a house that, I was working for the landlord and nobody wasn't staying in there at that time. You know what I'm saying? But, um, okay, at that time, I got out that house and I moved in, the house that I just was telling y'all about. Okay. It was me and well, me and the kids. Okay. We went inside, looked around, and like, okay, what we supposed to do? Nowhere to lay, really. So, me being me, I'm saying, okay, y'all need to lay down and get some rest. But like I said, the house was getting worked on. So they didn't have no carpet. Things was on the floor. So I'm like, okay, so where we supposed to lay? But they had stairs. Okay, so what I did, put the little bags, little cushion bags that you can lay on. Okay, and that's what we did. We laid on the bag. Um, and my old neighbor, okay, my old neighbor said, you don't have to stay now. You and the kids could come, spend the night at our house. Well, at my house. And I was like, okay, thank you. So that's what we did. So we left, the abandoned house and we went to my old neighbor house. Okay? And she served us pizza that night. Okay? So we ate the pizza and we had, drinks. And she told me, well, look, you could stay the night, but tomorrow I have someone to go in the morning, so y'all gonna have to get up and and leave the house. I'm like, okay. Well, long as we had somewhere to stay, we had a bed. She let us stay in the bed, so we slept in the bed or whatever. That morning, we got up and we went back to the abandoned house. Okay. I had food stamps at that time. Not much, but we went to the store, me and the kids, bought chips and I think a sandwich. No, I bought meat and bread and sandwich. So we ate that. And, they really didn't know really what was going on. So I sat outside, on the ground and let them play, with the other children. Okay, and they did. Okay, then nighttime came again. Okay, so we didn't go back by the neighbor. What we did, we stayed in that house. Okay, and like I say, we laid on the steps. Um, and we slept in that house at the time. Okay, at the time I had a boyfriend. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all that. Y'all hold on. I had a boyfriend at that time. Okay, and called, talked to him, be like, you know what, I don't want to be in an abandoned house with me and the kids. We need to get out of here. Only got a little food stamps left. After that, we don't have anything. Okay, now, an old friend of mine picked us up, brought us to the bus station. Okay, because, my boyfriend at the time bought us tickets to go to another state. Well, another city. But no state, yeah, another state. But bus came, put the stuff, baggage, luggage under the where the baggage go. And they got on the bus, and I put one foot on that bus. My right foot. Pulled myself up. I look back. I look back, and I said, you know what? I'm never coming back here. I'm never coming back here. Me and the kids, we never coming back here again. You know, because at the time, so much was going on. And like I say, when you're in the bind and you don't have nothing to do, or you don't have nobody to call up on, you know, everybody turned their back on you. It was okay. Got on that bus, like I say, I look back, I say, I'm never coming back here again. And got on that bus, sat down, and and we sat there for a couple hours until we made to our destination, okay? Got off the bus, met my boyfriend, we went to the hotel. So we were staying in a hotel for a couple of months, okay? Then your girl found the house. Yeah, found my house. Was so excited. I was so excited. I'm like, okay, we get to move out this hotel. One room for months. It's a blessing, but it was like, okay, I'm tired of staying in a hotel for all those months. So when I got my house, we just were so excited, you know. Um, it was a three-bedroom house, well, apartment, So we moved in these apartments. I'm looking around and it wasn't so good. It wasn't so good apartments, but it was somewhere that we could call home. That we had a key we could open up and go inside and close the door. You know what I'm saying? That night, we laying in the bed. We laying in the bed. Um, cause yeah, we had got a bed. Okay, everybody had a bed. Um, what am I saying? Yeah, everybody had to be okay because I had got my stuff from that. Once I know I was about to, get my house, we got our stuff out the storage. So everybody had their bed, everybody had their TVs. Okay, so that night we laying down, kids, in their rooms, um, and we hear pop pop. I'm like, oh my gosh. They shooting the first night we went in this house. They was shooting. I was so scared. I was scared. I ran to my daughter room and my son room, and I'm like, y'all get on the floor. Y'all come on. Y'all come in the room. So we all laid on the floor. And they just was shooting and shooting. And I'm like, oh, I can't stay here. I want to move. Hey, I remember you. So it was like, yes, I do. I just said I remember you. So I'm like, I'm like, okay, nah, I don't want to move here, but this is our house. We pay rent now, so now we got to stay here. Okay, eventually it got okay. Um, sort sort of, because they kept shooting all the time. Not every day, but it was kind of okay. But yes, I remember you. But to say, you know, we just had a house, and I just was happy. I'm not in that abandoned house for one thing. I'm not in a hotel no more. We're in the house, but we're in the house. But I mean, hey, they shoot, but they thank God they didn't come in the house. But it was outside. Okay. So as time goes, you know, my boyfriend went to work and I'm home with the kids, and I just was sitting down, and I was thinking, I'm like, um, why everybody turned their back on me? You know, what did I do? What did I do so bad for everybody to turn their back on me? That's why I say, your people. Because when you down and you don't have anything, and people turn they back, that's who they really are. That's who they really are. They when you don't have nothing and you nothing going for you, you know what I'm saying? And you counting on them and they let you down. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I cried. And I was like, these supposed to be my family. That's why I say you can't trust family. Mama, I smell good. Uh-huh. Okay, but they just locked that door for me. But yeah, I cried. You're not coming back? Mm-mm. I don't know, but I cried, and I was like, why me? Why me? Y'all want to tell y'all I didn't have anything at that time, but the little clothes I had in a suitcase. The little clothes I had in a suitcase because they're supposed to be friend that me and my children was staying with. You know, she was very mean to us for what I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like I just couldn't stay. You know when somebody be so hateful and so mean to you, and it's like I can't stay, you know, by that person. And that's how I was. I was like, I can't stay in the house. You being so mean to me. Cook, eat all the food. Me and my children didn't have nothing to eat at that time. But like I said, I had a couple of lot of food stamps. So we walked and, you know, to the store and got what we gonna get and came back, you know. But just was so mean. I'm like, you know what, I can't do it. So I put, you know, clothes in a suitcase. In a suitcase that I had, that's when I left. The rest of the clothes stood there. Okay? So, um, like I said, we was in the house. Okay? Now I need my clothes. You know, she put my clothes out. You know, remember I told you that my old time friend, the one brought us, you know, to the bus station. She went to go get my clothes. So eventually we went back to get my clothes. You know, it was a while, but but by then we was getting no. You know, my boyfriend at the time, you know, was buying us new clothes. So by the end, when I went back to New Orleans to get the clothes, it's like the clothes was a little small. So it was like it was useless. I could have just left the clothes there. I could have just ordered away. You know, that's how some people is. It's just so hateful towards you. So that let me know you've been hateful towards me. You know, you never was for me at that time. Because when mad day come, the true feelings comes out how you feel about a person. You know what I'm saying? Your true feelings come out. But the thing is, what did I do to you so bad for you to treat me like this? And my kids. These is kids at the time. You know, they were small, what, 3 and 4 years old? You know, okay, you cook and you didn't want to give me nothing so bad. But the kids too, that was dirty. That was really dirty, and I'll never forget that. I forgive, but I'm not gonna forget. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, proceed. Okay, we went shopping. We got, you know, clothes here, clothes there, and then, you know, we started getting our clothes that everybody could fit at the time. You know what I'm saying? So we start putting, you know, furniture in the house, and we start staying there. At the time, the year after that, my son made 5, so he went to no, he was 4. He was 4, so that means my daughter was 2 and my son was 3 at the time. Okay, that year after that, he was 4 because he went to pre-K. He went to pre-K. So I used to walk and you know, and bring him to school, walk back. You know, it was cold some days, it was hot, it was raining, you know, but I had to do what I had to do because my son had to go to school, you know. But things started getting better. Thank God for that. Things started getting better at the time, and that's when you know, me and the kids and my boyfriend started bonding a little bit more. Okay, Um, after that year, we moved out that house. Cause when I tell y'all they were shooting so much around there. Oh my gosh, it was the project. Okay. Um it, actually it really wasn't a project, but it was like it, because it just was like everything just bad was around there. So it was like I can't stay here. I can't raise my children here. Oh, everything wasn't done. I'm waiting on the meat to throw out, Eric. I'm waiting on the meat to throw out. Um, so yeah, soon as the meat throw out, I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on it. Okay. So I say I just gonna make another video and see everything get done. Okay, Eric. I promise I'm gonna cook. I promise. Okay. Trust me. I got you. Okay. So we moved to another apartment. No, no, no. We was no back up. Well, I ain't gonna say no name. So we moved to another apartment, a better apartment. So things just started getting better. Things started getting better. you know, and you know how you just start blocking things out, blocking people out of your life who don't mean you no good. That's what I did. I just was, like, you don't mean me no good. So I mean, I don't need to call you or tell you how I'm doing or whatever because I mean, hey, you already showed me your true feelings, how you feel about me and my kids anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, y'all. But things started going good, and things started getting better, and we started living better. You know, we started going to church. You know, we started going out to eat and, doing things, with the kids, having fun. Now it's like, now I got a smile on my face now because it's like, okay, things are starting to go good. It's like, okay, good, I'm not homeless no more. But it was like, um, it took a toll because you used to talking to and laughing to with everybody to you by yourself. You understand? You and your two children. Because it was my son and my daughter at the time, and you know, and we just started living our life together. So we blocked everything out because it's like nobody else mean no good. You can't trust nobody because the people who you thought you can trust, they let you down. So, and it was like, what you gonna do? Keep being sad or whatever. So I let that go and just start living my life. And things just started getting better and better. You know, um, what I'm gonna say? Yeah, that's when my boyfriend had bought me a van. So I got a van, so we ain't had to walk nowhere else. So I had a van. We was driving, y'all. We was driving. They had their little booster seat and everybody, buckled up and we gone. Then, we started going on trips, doing this and doing that. So it was like life, it was a big old change. It was. It was a big old change, but it was a better change, you know, to say you homeless, then you stand in the house, then things started getting better for you, because I say God was opening up my eyes. God was showing me who for me and who against me. You understand what I'm saying? So you know how to treat people at this point. You know how to treat people. Because once somebody turn their back on you when you down, they'll do it anytime. They'll do it anytime. You know what I'm saying? So you always keep an eye on that person. You can forgive and you can well, you can forgive, but you're not gonna forget, you know. But things just started going, better, doing better, and life just started getting better and better and better and better and better, you know. And then, that's when things just started escalating, and um, we stood there at that apartment, I think, like 2 years. The kids used to go outside, play with their friends or whatever. But the truth of the matter that it was a life experience that you will never forget. It was a life experience that, I went through, I will never forget, you know. And that's why I say I thank God, you know, from being there with me, with us, showing us, and it's just like he just picked us up and grabbed us and was like, it was okay. And after that, things just started being easy, easy. And then it started getting fun, you know. And that's when everybody tried to come around and be like this and that, be like, well, okay, it is what it is. I don't care no more, because it's like once you've been hurt, you've been hurt. You can't ever take that back. It is what it is, but you can't just keep crying over spilled milk. You know what I'm saying? So you continue living your life, and it's like, me, I'm not gonna keep a grudge because I don't want to lose my blessings for nobody. You know, even though I didn't like it, but I did, accept it, and I just started doing what I needed to do, as a mother and as a girlfriend at a time. So, no, I wasn't working. He was working. He was taking care of the house. You know, I was getting my little food stamps because I switched state to state. Put food in the house. He take care of the bills. Took care of us. We went shopping. We kept having to go shopping because, the clothes what we left. Remember, I told you by the time I went to go get it, it was small. For them. And yeah, so it was like we got a new life. We're in a new city. I've been here before, but I left and went back to New Orleans, and I came back, and now we're here. And now it's been 10 years. 10 years, y'all. 10 years. Can y'all believe that? 10 years my life had changed. Because I'll never forget 20, 2015, we was homeless. hmm And now we in 2025. Look where I'm at now. Tell me God ain't good. Tell me God ain't good. Tell me God ain't good. So I went from homeless to now. I ain't gonna tell you I got everything what I want because I don't. But I'm not back like I used to be where I was. I'm much better. I'm much better off. Things is going good, in my life. But in between from came out here 2016 to 2025, been married, been divorced. Things just been happen bad and good. And it's like, it's a blessing. What I've been through with these 10 years, it was like a life lesson. I learned a lot. I learned a lot. I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I do think about it, But I be like, thank you, Jesus. I'm not dealing with it no more. It is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Okay. Okay, Longville, Texas. Okay, hey. Hey, how you doing? But it is what it is. You know. But my life is good now. I can smile. I can laugh. You know. God bless me with many things within 10 years. Mine is open. You know, now I can look back. Now I can look back and say, wow, what I've been through and where I'm at now. Okay. That would be good. That would be good. Um, yeah, you know, that would be, yeah, you know, in 10 years, I mean, a lot had changed. You know, a lot had happened, and a lot has changed. You know, uh, mm thanks for the hearts. But yeah, a lot has changed. You know, and I say it changed for the better. It changed for the better. You know, but yeah, it changed for the better. You know, but you have to go through some things. Well, I had to go through some things to get where I'm at now. You know, and I'm still not comfortable where I'm at because I'm still striving to the top. I got goals I want. I have goals, you know, uh that that I want to accomplish, you know, and it's like I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do exactly what I want to do because I have that mind frame set, you know. Now I don't have no problems, no worries. I don't have nobody trying to drain me down because I'm not gonna let nobody drain me down anymore. You know, I've been through that. You know, I lived it. I didn't like some of the things that happened. You know, but uh, oh, it is okay. But I don't regret it. You know, the bad, the good, the ugly. I don't regret none of it. And to be honest with you, I thank God that I went through it. Because if I would never went through, you know, being homeless, being mistreated, being lied about, and all this, if I would never been through that, I wouldn't have an eye open for that. I would never learned from it. You know, because my eyes still would have been closed. I'm trusting you. I'm trusting you. Oh, you my girl. Trusting you. Trusting everybody. You know what I'm saying? Now I know who for me and who's against me. You know, so I mean, it is what it is. You know, happy birthday. Happy birthday. I wish you many, many more, and I hope you have a blessed day today. Yeah, y'all, it was crazy. It was crazy, you know. And I see last year, I say 2025 is gonna be my year. You know, in the beginning of the year, it was kind of rocky. I ain't gonna lie. It was kind of rocky. Things wasn't going, you know, as I planned. Things just was happening that I didn't think was gonna happen, but it is what it is. God was right there guiding me through it. Um, yeah. So it was like it is. it is what it is, you know. So, but you have to go through some things to learn. Because because if I never went through nothing I went through out those 10 years, I wouldn't have a mindset what I have now. I wouldn't have this knowledge what I have now. I wouldn't know how to have an outcome if I would never been through it. You know, so it's like I thank God I've been through it. I went through it. I thank God I went through it because now I can see the outcome. You know, I can see people who they is now. My eyes is not closed. It's not like I'm just walking around with my eyes closed. I'm trusting you. I'm trusting you. You love me. I love you. And all the while you don't. You know. So it is what it is. You know. It's a blessing. It was a journey. It was a journey. I ain't gonna lie. It was a journey. It was a up and it was a down journey. It was a up and it was a down journey. But that's the journey God wanted me to take. You know, I had to go through that journey of my life to get where I'm at now. And the thing is, I'm still exceeding. I'm still striving to the top. You know, uh, you know, I'm still striving to the top. But do I look back? Mm-mm. I don't look back. I always walk forward. Because if you keep looking back at your past, you just might get stuck in your past. You know, I say your past is your past. Let's move forward to your future. You know, because I know God got something good in my future, and that's what I'm walking to. Mm. Oh, you work on Chris Brown? Okay, well, enjoy him then. I like listening to his music. Why everybody tell me that? Lord have mercy. Lord, Lord, Lord. But anyway, you know it is what it is. You know, sometimes your life go good, sometimes your life go bad, but you got to live it. You know, thanks for the horn. Oh, you 55 years old? Okay, okay. Well, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. I hope you enjoying your birthday. But anyway, what I was saying was it's just a journey that I had to take, and it wasn't a good journey. You know, in the beginning, it wasn't a good journey in the middle, but towards the end, that's when I started seeing the light. You know, that's when I start seeing the light. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm still going through my ups and my downs, but it's a blessing because I don't have no worries. Thanks for the horse. I don't have no worries. Now, if I worry, it's because I want to worry. Because I'm not worrying about nobody because I have to. You know, um, because I'm just not my mind frame is I gotta set because I know what I want in life. You know, I know what I want in life. I know, and now I know what I have to do to get what I want in life. And that's what I'm doing. I'm striving to the top. And now I'm not going to let nobody stop me. I'm not going to let nobody interfere in my life. It's not like that, you know. I'm dating this person, dating that person. Um, I'm just not dealing with all that. I'm dealing with me and my kids and my grandbaby right now. And that's all I'm focused on. You know what I'm saying? And I know God got something special planned for us. You know what I'm saying? Because yes, I'm a child of God, and I always been a child of God. I am a praying person, even when it was in my darkest times, I still was praying. I knew God was gonna, get me out of that. I had no worries. I had no worries because let me tell you something. Like I said, I didn't have no money at all. I just had a couple of food stamps. You know, I only had a couple food stamps at that time. And when I got on that bus with faith that I knew God was gonna take care of me. Because if I didn't have faith, I would never stepped on that bus. I would never really moved out my house. I would have been at a standstill, but I wasn't comfortable where I was, you know, because I didn't want to stay in the same place where I was just staying. I'm not the type of person just to be comfortable where I'm at. No. I like I like to I already saw it. You deleted, I already saw it. But I wasn't comfortable where I was, and I'm not gonna stay at a standstill. And I know I can strive to the top, and I know it's better. I can have a better life for me and my kids and my grandbaby, and I'm not gonna stop. Even when I do make it to where I wanna be, I'm still not gonna stop because I know God have plans for us. You know, ah, you gonna stop marriage? You got me scared now. Ooh, Lord that Jesus. You should have stuck what you was talking about. Now you just lost me. Now you can erase that one. But yeah, keep trusting God. You know, that's right, Eric. Erica, you know I have to. But just keep trusting God. In your dark days, don't give up on God because God is right there for you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, I know I don't take nothing serious. Um, that's right. Just keep trusting God, keep striving to the top, keep having faith, keep praying. You know what I'm saying? The negative people, try to keep them out of your ear, out of your life, away from you. And if you have to deal with that, you know how to handle them, but it is what it is, you know. And like I always tell everybody, it's gonna be okay, you know. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay, you know. But life is good now. Life is good. I can smile. When I put my head on my pillows, I'll be like, you know what? Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. My life is getting better and better and better and better. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna say the devil tries to bring me down. I ain't gonna say the devil don't try to knock at my door. But you know what? I just don't open it. I know how to pray. I know what to do. I know what to do. Now, do you know what to do? Because if you don't know what to do, you better start praying. Because when that devil start knocking at your door, meaning try to cause you problems in your life, You know, people try to cause you got to pray them people away. You know, you got to ask God to fight your battles. You know, you don't try to fight them. Let God fight them. You know what I'm saying? You let God fight them. And it's like, it is what it is. You know? Baby, I let God fight my own battles. I'm not worrying about nothing. As long as my rent paid, my light paid, you know, all my bills paid, and we have food. You know, God make it a way that I can put food in the house for you know, me and the kids. I'm fine. I'm fine. That devil can't touch me. Even if he tries, he can't touch me because you know what? I have God in my life. And my God do fight my battles. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all. 10 years ago, I was stressed out. I was so miserable. I was stressed out. I was miserable. You know, I had miserable people around me. I just was miserable. Things just wasn't right. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But now, hmm, hmm, I don't let everybody get close to me. And I tell people what I want them to know. My deepest secrets is right here. It's right there. You know, you don't tell everybody everything. Because you just can't trust everybody with your own deeper secrets. Because like I said, Mad Day, people talks behind your back. You know, I mean, it is it's crazy. It's crazy. You know, it's crazy how life it's just crazy how people is in life, you know, but you don't have to deal with it. You don't have to deal with it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you want to deal with it, you deal with it. Not because you have to. You don't have to do nothing you don't want to do. And you don't let nobody make you do nothing you don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You allow people to come in your life if you want them to. Not because what they say, whatever they say, it don't count. Uh, you don't run this life. You run your own life. I'm telling y'all, you know. But it's a blessing that I can look back 10 years. Hey, J.R. It's a blessing that I can look back 10 years ago and say, wow, out of 10 years, I went through so much. But now I can sit back and say, thank you, Jesus. You know, you know how you take that deep breath and you be relaxed? That's how I am now. I'm laughing, but it's true. I'm happy now, y'all. Thanks for the heart. You feel good today, You feel good. I see you're messing with me today. But I'm gonna be closing out because I got a cooking video to do. Eric, where you at? Where are you? Eric, where are you? Are you on this channel? Yeah, I'm about to close out. I just want to, um, to get this off my chest and to let everybody know God is real. Just trust and believe. God is real. God is real. The only thing you have to do is trust and believe Him. You know what I'm saying? Just trust and believe Him. That's all you need. And have faith. Have faith that God is with you. So I want to say thank everybody for watching my video. I see y'all on my next video. Thank y'all.